Greetings, everyone, and welcome to yet another edition of A Star is Born in Gore! And today we are asking which bit of current Hollywood royalty had one of their earliest acting experiences in the Let's Set It in Space entry of the classic creature franchise, Critters 4.
Oh!
Susie.
Oh, was it Halle Berry?
No, I'm sorry, but you were close. Halle Berry did play Storm in the X-Men, which is clearly a role that this actress should have been given. Fuego, do you have an answer?
I got this one. That's a pre-groove Stella herself, Angela Bassett.
That's right! Yeah! Way to go, Fuego. Now, tell him what he's won, Josh.
A punch in the face. Wait, what?
Hey everyone, welcome to the horror show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie.
I already forgot how to start it.
I mean, for
Yeah, no, we're not stopping.
Nope, let's go. Come on.
And we are this is our review of Critters 4, you guys.
Can you tell we changed our clothes?
Yeah, we changed our clothes. We did the cold open on a whole nother night. We're actually recording this after we just recorded our review of Us.
Yeah.
So it's pretty late at night,
Regular
but we need to get it up in order to get it done for the Critters TV series. So we're going to talk about this briefly. Critters 4 is Critters in Space!
Which makes more sense.
It actually does.
It does,
of Jason, of Leprechaun, and of Hellraiser and Critters.
Right?
Critters is the one that makes the most sense to actually send to space.
It
So
came from space, guys.
I think it actually worked in its favor, and if we're going to do our overall thoughts real quick, I did enjoy this one more than 3, less than 2 and 1 by a long shot. This one was actually made a week after Critters 3. They made Critters 3 and 4 as a back-to-back deal, and they only took a week off in between, and apparently they used most of their budget for 3, leaving not much left over for 4 outside of converting all of the sets from 3 into the spaceship sets from 4. So they also eliminated a lot of the humor in Critters 4, so it was a much more serious tone, which I believe actually worked in its favor in this case.
Most serious of all the Critters.
It's the most serious of all the Critters movies, but honestly, again, I enjoyed it more than 3, but less than 2 and 1. But it is the most straight, least comedic horror-ish movie of all the Critters films. So that's my overall thoughts. Susie?
So yeah, because they took away all the humor, and that's what I'm expecting with all the other movies, and I'm not a big spacey person, so this really was a downer for me.
Okay, so you liked
I
it
didn't
the
like
least?
it. I liked it the least. I
Okay.
did not like it. I couldn't get into it again. Like, I'd never seen the Critters franchise before, having to watch it for the show. So I was not pleased with it overall. So
Fair enough. Fuego?
I honestly found the change in tone to be a pleasant surprise, honestly. And there was a little bit of humor here and there when you get Charlie finally in the mix and stuff like that. And for having used all their budget on 3, I thought that this felt higher budget than 3, honestly. And I actually was pleasantly surprised by the fact that the Critters seemed a little more bloodthirsty in this, I thought, than in the previous film. And the space thing worked, and I thought the cast was good. You've got like Brad Dourif and Angela Bassett in this movie. I mean,
that was the only good thing. Angela Bassett.
Well, Brad Dourif.
I like Dourif
Chucky.
in it.
Brad
I
Dourif,
like
okay.
it. Yeah,
It's not that he's
and Charlie
he's
comes
one
back.
guy.
And,
Chucky.
you know,
Like,
and-
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, everyone else is pretty much caricatures and stuff like that. The weird guy who kept reminding me of the dude from The Room was just cracking me up.
Oh,
The
Tommy
dude-
Wiseau. Oh, the captain?
The captain.
Oh, my
he
God.
he's
Captain
like-
was
he's
horrible.
Like, go away. This is for man.
That's right. He was a proto Tommy Wiseau. Holy
God.
shit, that's a good call.
Yeah, I thought it
Wow.
was pretty funny, honestly. And
terrible.
but yeah, I actually enjoyed this movie. I had fun with it. Way
So-
more than 3. I thought 3 sucked.
The story again, literally, Critters 3 ends with a to be continued in the middle of the credits.
Yeah.
Because you see Charlie going back into. Charlie only showed up at the beginning and the end of Critters 3, and he shows up at the end to sort of clean up, and he
Right.
finds the last 2 Critters eggs that were laid inside a washing machine or washing machine dryer. Who
And he
gives
was
a-
about to destroy them.
He's about to destroy them when he gets a call, back then a VR like FaceTime call from Ugg from space. And again, this movie was made or was released in 93 or 90. No, it was released the next year, so 92.
Okay.
But yeah, no, it was released in 92. For 3 was 91.
We can probably look real quick, can't we?
No.
It is
It's
92.
right up here.
No.
It's right there.
Okay.
But anyway, so it picks up
91.
right. 91 also?
Yeah.
Oh, well, the other one says 91 too.
Okay, 92 derps, Fuego.
Mm-hmm.
It's 91 here and 92 here. Oh,
So
whatever.
anyway,
Whatever.
Charlie is called by Ugg, who says you can't kill those. Those are the last 2 Krite eggs in the universe.
Which I thought was an interesting angle of, like, you know, just conservation and endangered species.
Even though
kind of
they're the
angle.
most dangerous things in the universe, and they're being told to destroy them, which, you know, the first few movies are about.
And I
Don't destroy all of
I
them.
say Ugg like you guys
Right.
know who Ugg is. If you haven't watched the movies, Ugg is the bounty hunter
Shadow
that
of the Night or
forms a no, it's Power of the Night.
Power of the night.
Yeah, so Ugg forms a friendship with Charlie in the first movie, and it continues through the second movie. It's alluded to in the third movie, except
the very
that when
end,
we
yeah.
see at the very end, Ugg has well, actually, they don't even touch on it until 4, but Ugg has gotten a promotion. He's in a higher level of the Space Council, and so his friendship with Charlie now means nothing. He's kind of turned heel in
He's
this
decided
movie.
to, like, keep the form, though, which I thought was kind of
Yeah,
odd.
Yeah.
he went back. Yeah, because no, he turns
He got
into
a
Charlie
haircut.
at the end of
Well,
3,
I mean,
right?
look at the hair. Like-
Or no, it's the end of 2.
End of 2.
End of 2.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
That's
no,
when we
he
thought
went
Charlie
back
was
to
dead.
Power of the Night guy. But
Yeah.
anyway, so it turns into, so Charlie is putting the critters or the Krite eggs into a pod that's sent from the council, and he, of course, in Charlie fashion, gets trapped inside the pod, gets launched out into space, and then apparently in a very Aliens
That's
fashion,
exactly what I thought of when I saw it.
53 years pass.
There goes our salvage.
And so apparently the council just lost the pod as it launched from Earth, even though they knew it was being launched from Earth. It was never explained. And so a salvage crew, like Fuego said, just like an Alien Resurrection,
Also.
finds the pod, and they're directed by Ugg to return it to the Space Council. And but before they can, the very dickhead captain gets
what's up?
offended by the fact that he jumps in Angela Bassett's shower and is dejected.
You see some butts.
You see
Nice.
some. It's not. It can't be Angela Bassett's butt because it was so clearly like a cutaway to, you know.
No.
I think it was even a different shade of chocolate, but nonetheless.
Nice butt. Come
But
on.
so the dejected captain gets angry and goes and tries to break into the pod because he believes something is valuable in there. Otherwise, the Space Council wouldn't want it so bad. Turns out it's Krites that have hatched and a frozen Charlie that comes out swinging. And now the Krites are loose on the space station, procreating and killing, and it's a matter of cannon fodder being picked off one at a time.
And there's weird subplots about the creatures they were doing experiments on that station.
Right.
And
Oh,
all
that was so
and,
half-assed.
Yeah, not that interesting. And there's a weird subplot with Brad Dourif and the younger, like a father-son kind of thing.
Yeah.
With that younger boy,
Yep.
you know, who gets picked on by
A
the
lot is
captain
crowbarred
constantly.
into this and not successfully.
Very, very much so.
So I think the story
That's
was
about
cheesy.
it.
It's very cheesy, but it was still fun to see executed. Susie, your thoughts on the story?
She's like,
It is what it is.
It is what it is, man. Like, I wasn't about it. There's not a whole lot I can go into with it. I was not interested. I was not engaged in it. It was just, it had no interest to me.
Fair enough.
Angela Bassett. That's
yeah.
about
And
it.
she's kind of badass. And
Fuego, your thoughts?
It's, I mean, once Charlie teams up with them and there's like a little bit of humor, I did like when Ugg finally showed up and we got that little heel turn. I thought that was interesting, you know, and how, I don't know, all of the beats and the guy addicted to the pills and everything, and they're just like,
yeah.
oh, pillheads need to die and all this stuff. I mean, just, I don't know. I
A
thought
lot
the
of messages in this movie.
a lot of messages, actually, more so than I was anticipating. But you know, it's you have to just accept it for what it is. Honestly, for me, since I disliked 3 so much, this was just a welcome change of pace. Acting, if we're gonna segue into that, I mean, I felt like Bassett and Dourif were good. I didn't think the kid was too bad. It was nice to see Ugg come back. Charlie is always Charlie. He always amuses me and entertains me enough, and he has that heart of gold, you know. And he buddies. It's funny how Charlie always ends up buddying up with some younger boy in all of these different movies.
Yikes.
Good point. I hadn't thought of it.
Damn.
Every single one.
Zoinks. Yeah, you're
Probably
not wrong.
because his mentality.
He's
He's very simplistic.
Yeah.
That's why I compared him to Forrest Gump in
That's
one
a
of
good
the
point.
earlier
That's a good point.
reviews.
Okay.
You're welcome.
So yeah, acting wise, I agree. Angela Bassett and Brad Dourif for the standouts. Everyone else and Charlie. Ooh, excuse me. Charlie and Ugg were
so
worth
you
it.
can do it, but I can't.
I said
Okay.
excuse me. There's a big fucking difference.
Oh, so I'm gonna say whatever.
You know you're not. Don't even act like
so
you
if
will.
I did, you wouldn't say it. You wouldn't be like, oh, you fucking disgusting.
Stay
No.
on target. Stay
Yeah,
on target.
exactly.
You're still a girl. You shouldn't do it.
Tommy was so.
Girls don't burp, poop, or fart. So
Tommy was so cracked me up unintentionally. The captain. I don't know if he was supposed
Yeah,
to
they're
abuse me as
supposed
much
to.
as
that's
he
true.
actually
They
did.
really that legitimately that is a
It reminded
funny
me
call.
of like the escape artist or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
I
Oh,
did
disaster
not.
artist,
The
yeah.
disaster.
I did
No,
not
I
hit
did
her,
not.
I did
not.
Oh, hi, Shock.
Oh, hi. Yeah, yeah. So now let's talk about the critters. Obviously, we got to mention the
I
effects.
thought that they looked a little different in this than they did in the last
It
one.
was literally the same critters
They
repurposed
looked
from the
bigger.
last
I
one.
don't know what it was.
No, but they got bigger. They got
Yeah.
bigger. 2 focused on smaller critters,
Yeah.
and then 3 made them a little bit bigger. They
Not
were
big
like
in the
this. They
earlier
were like
ones,
yeah. And then 4 kept the size from 3. They start out as babies, and there's even an embryonic critter in 4. That was a funny little effect. That was a last-minute effect that they put together, actually.
No, you know this from the making of.
Yeah, I did. I liked watching. That's the thing. I got the Scream Factory releases, and I think that's worth it if you guys like the Critters movies for the documentaries alone, because they actually got all of the actors today to talk about their experience on the movies then. So it's really worthwhile. But
I love that supplemental material.
yeah,
man.
the effects, the gore is there. It's not a lot.
I think it's gorier than 3, man.
It is a bit gorier than 3, but still compared to 2, it's not much.
2 was the one that really pushed the envelope with the
It did.
nudity and with the blood. And
Yeah, I love 2. 2's the best.
PG-13. That's why you
I
found
It's like
it
there's
Phantasm
no
too, yeah.
doubt
Yeah.
in my mind that you love 2.
It was PG-13, but I was right. It did have the nudity, so
It did.
that's why I was for
Christ.
sure.
Spank
It was
bank.
yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
that must have been. It must have been one of the earliest entries in it. So anyway,
Anyway.
I think that's gonna pretty much cover it.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts on Critters in space?
In space!
Are you interested to watch the Shudder series, Susie?
Yeah, I'll watch the series if it's nothing like that. But I mean,
If
it's
it's
a different
nothing
time.
like that.
It's a different
Well, look,
time.
and
I
so
never
they
Did
can-
you watch the trailer? Because
No,
there's
I
a
haven't.
critter wearing a headset with a microphone in the trailer.
I think the Shudder
No, I
series looks
haven't.
like trash, personally. I'm
It
more
did look
interested
bad.
in... I'm more interested
Oh,
in the
great.
sci-fi
Does look
movie.
bad. Okay, good.
Oh.
But
Okay.
I'm kind of excited to see if it's just an
I'll
entertaining
watch
train
it
wreck.
to see.
I know what I mean.
Like, I
I'm
feel
more
like my kids
interested-
would watch it.
You
know?
should watch it with them and see.
Yeah.
I'm more
we'll see.
interested in the sci-fi movie, honestly.
Yeah, well,
The one
because
that
it's
was
got Dee
done
Wallace, who is
simultaneously.
the
Yeah,
mom
yeah.
from the first one. So
I'm
she's
just
And-
wondering
fantastic.
if she's playing the same
Jaime's
character or
wet
not.
dream, so.
Hey.
We had a good interview with her.
I love the D.
All right, well, we'll go ahead and call it there.
I love
Thank
Dee.
you guys very much for watching. Thank you, Susie, for enduring the
Yeah,
extra review
she's a
tonight.
champ.
What I
We love our-
do.
we
It's-
love
I
our-
haven't-
It's
me-
late, and she's got a long drive home.
An hour
so.
drive.
We
Yeah.
love
I drive an
the-
hour to be here with these fucks,
We
We
okay?
love
We
the
appreciate it.
Arvon Slotty.
Well, Sunday we got the Renaissance Fair, though, so right? Nerd out on that.
God.
Are we
So-
for sure going? Okay.
oh, yeah, we're
We're going.
Do you want to go? Well, you have
can
band
go.
practice. So.
See?
Oh, I don't know.
Anyway, let us know. Anyway, why don't you guys let us know in the comments down below? Are you going to the Renaissance Fair this weekend?
Let us know. We'll
I
be
mean,
there.
have you seen Critters 4? If so, let us know in the comments down below what you thought of the Let's Set It in Space entry of this franchise. Until next time, I've been Cecil Laird.
I'm Susie von Slaughter.
Rascus, Jaime, and Fuego.
And remember, stay scared.
Scared of those krites.
Kill Kreitz. They didn't even say that in this one.